As the Premier League season of 17-18 came to an end, it showed that to succeed doesn't depend on how much you spend. It's been a season where records were broke, an unexpected relegation of Premier League regulars Stoke. Burnley have come a long way to get into Europe, from Barnes up top all the way down to the non-Vatican Pope. Chelsea wasted 40 million on Bakayoko when they had a young double barrel, Ruben Loftus-Cheek shown at Palace, as well as in Liverpool with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool might have wasted even more on Van Dijk, but with finishing third, letting Coutinho go will be their only gripe. It looked inevitable that Palace would go down after 7 games having a points tally of 0, but with De Boer getting the sack, Roy Hodgson came in and made himself a Selhurst Park hero. West Brom were dead and buried early on, but showed some fight under Darren Moore. They left it too late as the start of the season their performances were very poor. Despite signing some top players, Arsenal still failed to get top 4. Lacazette and Aubameyang may have strengthened the attack, but what was needing strengthened was their core. But the Gunners fought for the departed manager in the end. 22 years is some career, so thank you Arsene. From one ex-manager to another, it was sad to see Sir Alex rush to the hospital. Thankfully he pulled through and didn't have to hear the final whistle. The 3 promoted clubs showed a great deal of fight and pride as they all stayed up. Huddersfield fought against the odds and proved worthy to those who felt they wouldn't do much. Benitez led Newcastle to the top half of the table as they were almost unstoppable in 2018. And Brighton held their own in the league as they were led by Chris Hughton. Southampton held out to the very last day as they looked to be in huge trouble. Swansea cancelled the Saints' reservations and in turn they were left in all the rubble. West Ham fans were unhappy with the club as they openly protested during the game. They spent all this money, but in the end they'll be glad that Arnautovic came. Troy Deeney made the headlines as he wanted to roughen up Arsenal's back 4 in the day, but Watford were hoping that their attack would have been better after the signing of Andre Gray. Olivier Giroud left Arsenal to their London rivals, which actually worked out, but he couldn't help Chelsea reach Champions League, which may put Conte's position in doubt. Rooney potted from the halfway line, which Everton wished could have brought the season to an end. The most excitement they had was the conflict between Firmino and Holgate. Firmino showed his class in the park and signed a 4-year deal with Colgate. Along with Firmino was Mane and Salah, who were scoring goals for fun. Mo Salah broke the goal scoring record in one season, which was 31. With records being broken, in came Manchester City, getting 100 points from the last kick of the ball. If they hadn't reached it, it would have been a pity. But they were the best team by far. Mendy called them sharks, destroying almost every team they came up against, playing them off the park. United spoiled City's title celebrations, but that was about all the joy they got in the season. Mourinho dissed Martial and Rashford, saying he bought Lukaku for a reason. Leicester still finished in the top half of the table, having Vardy and Mahrez show their worth. Although the season couldn't match 2 years ago, in terms of how seasons go, they've had worse. The attacking options for Bournemouth perhaps weren't as good as Liverpool's, but they definitely knew how to get a goal or two. Jermaine Defoe, Callum Wilson and Josh King, only to name a few, with Ake and Cook at the back, played their part too. Spurs ending up in 3rd, which secured their Champions League status for next season, is what we're all used to. Freshening up the back with Sanchez and their solid attack, they would have enjoyed playing at Wembley too. Harry Kane embarrassed himself as he went to all extents to claim a goal. After all of that, he still didn't win any trophies. Maybe the runners-up wooden spoon and a bowl. Benteke took a penalty off of Milivojevic, which he went on to miss. Millie already scored a penalty that day, but Benteke wanted all the glory to be his. Guardiola gave Redmond a pep talk. James Tarkowski was as solid as a rock. The amount of goals Jordan Pickford caused was a lot. VAR even lost the plot. De Bruyne was a magician with some of the passes he made. It shows that if you keep your players happy, you don't need to trade. But another season coming to a close. Hopefully some of the quality City showed is some of what the World Cup can propose. We'll just have to see how the Queen's 11 get on, hoping there are less cons than pros. They messed up their chance last time round. Hopefully come the end of July, they'll have done Britain proud.